It's happening. The supermoon has passed, but its energy is still here. The second week of October 2025 isn't just a normal week. It's the start of something new. The moon may not look as bright now, but the shift it created is still moving through your life. You might notice small things first. The way people react to you, the sudden emotions, the urge to change something you've been avoiding. That's the moon's energy settling in. It's rearranging things. Most people will miss it. They'll think everything is back to normal. But you can feel it. You know something's different. This week is about awareness, about taking the hint the universe is giving you and acting on it. Because the supermoon left its mark, and what happens next depends on how you respond. So stay with me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and type 777 in the comments. This second week of October feels different. The energy around you is changing. Even if you can't see it yet, but you can feel it in small moments, in sudden thoughts, or in how people act. It's like something bigger is moving things behind the scenes. Spiritually, this week is about new beginnings. The universe is helping you let go of what's no longer right for you. You might feel a mix of emotions. Calm one moment, confused the next. That's okay. It's part of the shift. This week isn't about what's happening around you. It's about what's awakening inside you. Right now, life may feel a bit different. Maybe something you used to enjoy doesn't feel the same. Maybe you're thinking about people or memories that suddenly feel far away. That's okay. It's part of the process. When your energy shifts, life starts to rearrange itself too. Things that no longer match your path begin to fade, and that's how space opens for new beginnings. You might catch yourself thinking more deeply about where you're going, what truly makes you happy, and who you want beside you on that path. These thoughts aren't random. They're gentle messages from the universe, reminding you that growth often comes through reflection. It's normal to feel emotional this week. Some days might feel heavy, others strangely calm. You may even feel unsure about what's next. But remember, you don't need all the answers right now. This energy is helping you clear what's old so something better can take its place. Think about how much has changed in your life lately. The way you see people, the way you handle situations, the way you understand yourself. You've grown, even if you don't always notice it. That's the quiet power of transformation. It happens slowly, then all at once. You may feel pulled to slow down, rest, or spend time alone. That's your spirit asking for space to breathe. Listen to it. Sometimes peace comes not from doing more, but from simply allowing yourself to be still. This week, focus on what feels true to you. What brings peace to your heart? What feels heavy or forced? Let those answers guide your choices. The more honest you are with yourself, the easier life begins to flow. And if you feel emotional, that's not weakness. That's release. It's your body and soul making room for new energy. Don't hold back the tears, the laughter, or the silence. Let it move through you. Every feeling is part of your healing. So take a moment tonight. Breathe. Think about what you really want moving forward. Not what others expect, not what you think you should do, what your heart truly wants. Because when you know that, the universe starts aligning everything in your favor. This week is your reminder that you're not lost. You're being guided step by step, moment by moment. And even if you can't see the whole path yet, trust that it's leading somewhere beautiful. This second week of October 2025 carries a rare kind of energy. Not loud, not chaotic, but quietly powerful. The kind that doesn't ask for your attention. It earns it. It's like life is standing still for a brief moment, waiting to see what you'll do next. The moon's energy still lingers, shaping small moments that lead to big shifts. You might not even realize it yet. But this period is about alignment, about choosing what truly matches your spirit and letting go of everything that doesn't. Sometimes guidance doesn't come as a clear sign or a sudden message. It comes through gentle awareness, a repeated thought, a soft pull toward something new, or a situation that keeps testing your patience. That's the universe teaching you how to listen more closely, because clarity doesn't arrive all at once. It builds quietly, choice by choice, moment by moment. If you've been trying to move forward, but things keep slowing down, that's not punishment, it's protection. The universe pauses your plans only when something better is being arranged behind the scenes. It's not about delay, it's about direction. Sometimes the detour is the destination. The moon's warning this week isn't about fear. It's about awareness. The energy around you is sharper now. It reveals what's true and what's been running on habit. You'll start to see where your time, emotions, and energy are truly going. And when you see that clearly, you get to choose differently. Maybe you've been giving too much of yourself to people who don't meet you halfway. Or maybe you've been waiting for the right moment to start something that's been calling you for months. This is your moment to act, even if the steps are small. The universe responds to movement, not perfection. Think of this week as a mirror. It shows you where you stand and what you've outgrown. Some things may feel off. A job, a friendship, a plan that once excited you. That's not failure. It's feedback. When energy no longer flows easily towards something, it's usually a sign your spirit is ready for a new direction. The truth is, transformation isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It happens when you stop forcing things that don't feel natural anymore. When you decide peace matters more than proving a point. When you learn to step away, not because you're weak, but because you finally understand your worth. If there's tension in your world this week, conversations that feel heavier than usual, unexpected changes, or emotional distance from someone close, don't rush to fix it. Observe it. Sometimes space is exactly what's needed to reset the energy between you and others. The moon's guidance now is to choose calm over control, to respond with awareness, not reaction. This week holds a kind of emotional honesty that many avoid. You might see people revealing who they really are through small words, through silence, through the way they show up when things get difficult. Don't resist these revelations. Receive them. Every truth that surfaces now gives you the power to decide who truly deserves a place in your next chapter. And here's something most people forget. When life feels uncertain, it's often because your inner world is upgrading before your outer world catches up. You're changing faster than the world around you, and that's okay. You're not behind. You're evolving at your own pace, preparing to match what you've been asking for. Pay attention to your inner dialogue this week. The way you speak to yourself is shaping your reality more than any external force. If your thoughts keep repeating doubts, your actions will follow them. But when you start replacing those doubts with quiet confidence, even if you don't have all the answers, things begin to move in your favor. Energy follows attention. The moon's influence during the second week of October is gentle but clear. It's asking for honesty, not with others but with yourself. What do you truly want? What have you been pretending doesn't matter but actually does? This is your time to get real about your goals, your limits, and your heart's desires. You don't have to have everything figured out. You only need to start showing up for yourself, one decision at a time. It's not about massive change overnight. It's about small, consistent choices that align with the person you want to become. If there's something you've been holding on to out of comfort, ask yourself, is it peace or is it habit? The difference matters. Habit keeps you stuck. Peace sets you free. This week is your reminder that not every familiar thing belongs in your future. You might notice subtle shifts in your priorities. What used to excite you may feel less important now. That's growth. Your energy is starting to match your purpose. It's guiding you toward experiences that feel more meaningful and away from anything that drains you. When it comes to relationships, the moon's light exposes both truth and imbalance. You might suddenly realize who supports your growth and who only benefits from your silence. Don't be afraid to redefine your boundaries. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's sacred. The people meant for you will understand your need for space. This week is also a call to simplify. The more you clear mental and emotional clutter, the easier it becomes to recognize what's real. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is get organized. Not just your space, but your mind. Clean energy attracts clean opportunities. Remember, guidance doesn't always come from rituals or routines. It comes from awareness, from noticing how your body reacts, how your emotions shift, and what situations drain or inspire you. These are signs. They're quiet, but they never lie. There's a certain wisdom in slowing down before you make your next big move. The moon's presence this week is like a spotlight, not to expose your flaws, but to highlight your strength. You've come further than you realize, and this energy is helping you recognize that you're not the person who started this year. You're wiser, clearer, and closer to who you're meant to be. When opportunities appear this week, and they will, choose the ones that feel aligned with peace, not pressure. The right path never demands that you shrink yourself. It feels balanced even when it's challenging. You may also notice your intuition getting stronger. Coincidences, repeated numbers, or unexpected messages might stand out more than usual. That's not random. That's guidance. The universe speaks in patterns, not paragraphs. Trust what keeps showing up. It's trying to tell you something. One of the biggest lessons this week teaches is patience with progress. Growth isn't always visible. Sometimes the real work happens in silence, in the in-between moments where nothing seems to move. But those moments are sacred. They're where you build resilience. Don't compare your pace to anyone else's. The moon reminds you that timing is personal. Some chapters take longer because they're building something deeper. What's meant for you isn't rushing toward anyone else. It's waiting for you to be ready. Energy-wise, this second week carries both reflection and momentum. It's a rare mix that helps you process the past while preparing for new beginnings. Use it wisely. Take time to rest, but also make space for action. Small intentional steps now can lead to big changes later. As this week unfolds, remember this truth. Alignment is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up as yourself, even when that version is still figuring things out.
You don't need to prove your worth to anyone.
You only need to honor your growth. The moon's quiet warning is simple. Don't ignore your intuition. If something feels uncertain, pause. If something feels right, trust it. Every choice you make now builds the next version of your life. Choose from clarity, not from fear. You are entering a phase of empowerment, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you're learning to stay centered when things get unclear. That's real power. Not control, but calm. Not speed, but stability. And as you move through this second week, remember the universe rewards presence. Be here fully with every conversation, every decision, every quiet moment. That's where magic actually happens. Not in the future you're chasing, but in the moment you finally decide to be Alan. This energy isn't about waiting for signs from the sky. It's about becoming your own sign, living in a way that shows the universe you're ready for what's next. The days ahead will carry a quiet strength. You may notice it when small things start clicking into place. An unexpected message, a task you've been avoiding suddenly getting done, or a moment of peace that arrives without reason. That's alignment in motion. It's life reminding you that progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it shows up in small wins that whisper, you're on the right path. Energy this week will highlight what needs your attention. Not everything that calls for you deserves a response, but some things do. This is your time to decide what's worth your focus. Ask yourself, does this drain me or does it lift me? Choose the things that add light to your day, not weight. The moon's afterglow brings clarity to your routines and relationships. It helps you see the difference between what feels forced and what flows naturally. Where there's resistance, there's usually a message. Maybe it's telling you to change direction, to try a new approach, or to release something that's outlived its purpose. This awareness isn't meant to create pressure. It's meant to bring freedom. You might also notice the people around you revealing more of who they truly are. Some connections will deepen while others may quietly fade. That's not loss. That's realignment. People come and go based on the energy you carry. When you grow, not everyone grows with you, and that's okay. You're not meant to hold everything from every stage of your past. The moon's influence also encourages you to speak more truthfully, not to argue, but to express yourself clearly. Say what needs to be said. Silence only keeps old patterns alive. When you speak with honesty, you free yourself from pretending everything's fine when it isn't. This is a good time to focus on stability emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Structure brings peace. Create small habits that remind you of your own strength. A quiet morning, a walk in fresh air, music that makes you feel grounded. These moments might seem simple, but they help your energy settle. The universe supports movement this week, not in chaos, but in direction. Every decision you make with awareness plants the seed for a better outcome. So when doubt tries to slow you down, remember, confidence isn't about knowing everything. It's about trusting that you can handle what comes. You might notice new ideas appearing in your mind. Small sparks of inspiration that feel exciting but unfamiliar. That's guidance. Follow it even if it leads to small steps at first. This is how change begins. Not through pressure, but through curiosity. There's something important about this phase. It rewards those who listen inwardly instead of seeking validation. The moment you stop waiting for approval, life starts unfolding faster. You've spent enough time proving your worth. Now it's about owning it. If you find yourself revisiting old plans or goals, look at them with fresh eyes. What didn't work before might work now. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You've grown into someone who understands balance and timing better. Use that wisdom. Some situations this week may challenge your patience. People might test boundaries or things might take longer than expected. Don't see this as resistance. See it as redirection. Sometimes the universe delays what's not ready to last. Quick fixes fade fast. What's meant to stay takes time to build. There's strength in staying calm when others rush. There's clarity in silence when others speak too soon. This is how you protect your peace, by choosing response over reaction. The moon's remaining energy will keep pulling hidden truths to the surface, especially in relationships. You might finally see the full picture of a connection that's been confusing. Whether it's friendship, family, or love, clarity always comes when you stop trying to make things fit. You deserve mutual effort, not constant guessing. And when things shift, because they will, remind yourself that release is part of renewal. You can't receive what's meant for you while holding what's already gone. The moment you stop trying to carry everything, life becomes lighter. You may also notice an urge to focus on what feels real. Deeper conversations, meaningful work, genuine people. That's not coincidence. That's your energy tuning itself to authenticity. The superficial starts losing its charm when your soul is ready for substance, financially and professionally. This week can bring insight too. Think long-term, not fast. What you invest your time and focus in now will shape the months ahead. Make choices that reflect who you're becoming, not who you used to be. The moon's tone during this phase is grounded. It asks for consistency, not perfection, not overthinking. Consistency. Doing small things daily that align with peace and purpose will build more stability than chasing every new idea. You might catch yourself comparing your path to someone else's. Stop right there. The universe never repeats designs. What's meant for you can't miss you, and what's not meant for you won't last. Trust your rhythm. If doubts appear, use them as reminders, not obstacles. They often show up when you're close to change. Doubt is your mind's way of checking if your heart is sure. That's not weakness. It's awareness. Let this week be about progress without pressure. You don't need to have it all figured out. You only need to keep showing up calmly, honestly, and with intention. You might sense opportunities forming slowly, like pieces of a puzzle finding their place. Don't rush to finish it. Let things connect naturally. What's unfolding is more stable when it's not forced. Relationships this week may ask for maturity, not in age, but in energy. Listen more, argue less. Say what you mean, not what you think will keep peace. Real peace comes from truth, not from silence. If you've been giving too much without receiving the same care, this is the time to step back. Not out of pride, but out of self-respect. Energy must flow both ways. When you stop overextending, you teach others how to meet you halfway. This second week of October 2025 carries a closing note, a reminder that peace is not something you find. It's something you create through choices. You don't get peace by escaping challenges. You build it by staying centered through them. The moon's influence this week reminds you to trust timing more than speed. The universe rarely moves fast. It moves right. The space between where you are and where you want to be isn't punishment, it's preparation. Notice how much lighter life feels when you stop controlling outcomes. Let go of the need to predict and make space for surprise. The most beautiful things often happen when you stop forcing them to appear. This energy invites you to redefine what success means to you. It's not about constant doing. It's about being aligned with purpose. You'll start to see that real progress isn't measured by how much you have, but by how at peace you are with what you've built. You might have days that feel slower, quieter. That's not a setback. That's the universe grounding your energy. When things calm down, it's often because new doors are forming in the unseen. Rest doesn't mean nothing's happening. It means the next step is preparing itself. If you need a sign to trust your decisions, this is it. You're not overthinking. You're awakening to what's right for you. You've learned too much. You are not waiting for things to fall into place anymore. You are becoming the one who places them. The universe doesn't move when you wish. It moves when you act with belief. From now, everything begins to connect in ways you couldn't see before. The moments that once felt random start to line up, showing you that nothing was wasted. Not the waiting, not the pauses, not the uncertainty. Each step has been leading here to this quiet realization that you're stronger than the versions of yourself that once doubted. What's ahead isn't about starting over. It's about stepping into alignment with what's already been building behind the scenes. You've been through enough to understand that growth rarely arrives with a clear sign. It comes in small turning points. The choice to stay calm instead of reacting, to walk away instead of chasing, to trust instead of forcing. That's real power. It's not loud, but it changes everything. You're no longer moving through life hoping for direction. You are the direction now. The noise that once pulled you off course no longer holds the same weight. This part of your path is about owning your choices without fear of how others might respond. You're learning that peace comes when you stop shrinking to make others comfortable. It's not selfish to protect your energy. It's necessary. The moon's warnings were never about danger. They were about awareness. They reminded you to listen, to adjust, to recognize when something no longer aligns with your truth. That wisdom is now settling in, guiding your next moves with more clarity than ever. The time for hesitation has passed. What lies ahead responds to courage, not comfort. You've seen what happens when you hold back. Opportunities fade, momentum slows, and your own intuition gets quieter. But when you act, even in small ways, doors begin to open. The universe doesn't reward waiting. It rewards movement. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need the willingness to take one honest step forward. Right now, Life is inviting you to stop questioning whether you're ready. You already are. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. It's saying yes to growth even when it's uncomfortable, yes to possibilities even when they don't guarantee success. That's what separates staying the same from moving ahead. This is the point where the future starts to respond to your confidence. Think of this moment like standing at the edge of a horizon that's been waiting for you to look up. Behind you are lessons, not losses. They shape the wisdom you carry now, the kind that doesn't fade when things get uncertain. The beauty of this turning point is that it's not about dramatic change. It's about steady evolution. You're finally stepping into rhythm with what life has been preparing for you all along. The path forward won't require struggle in the same way it once did. You've already done the hard part, recognizing what no longer fits, breaking old cycles and choosing truth over habit. What comes next is the reward for that bravery. The universe meets those who show up with open hands and grounded intentions. You've learned to stop chasing and start allowing, and that shift changes everything. If this week brings decisions, make them with your full truth. Don't shrink your potential to match old expectations. Life responds differently when you stand in your authenticity. The alignment you've been waiting for is already forming around your courage. This is not a time to play small. It's a time to act like the person you've been becoming. The road ahead is not about avoiding change. It's about mastering it. You're moving from uncertainty into creation, building the kind of stability that doesn't depend on circumstances. Each moment you choose self-respect, patience, and trust. You rewrite what your next chapter looks like. After the supermoon, the air seems calmer. Yet something deeper is moving quietly beneath the surface. The shifts that began are still unfolding, guiding every small decision, every moment of awareness. Change is no longer waiting at the edge. It's here asking for action. What happens next depends on how open the heart is to growth, and how willing the mind is to release what no longer supports it. Transformation isn't always loud. Sometimes it arrives in silence. In those moments when clarity replaces confusion and direction finally makes sense. This phase is about alignment, living with intention and trusting that every step forward carries meaning. The energy now supports progress, confidence, and renewal. It's a reminder that every ending was simply making space for something stronger to begin. The moon's influence lingers as a gentle nudge to keep moving with purpose. The lessons from recent weeks have shown what truly matters and what deserves to stay. Growth has already begun. Now it's about maintaining momentum. Let inspiration guide the next move and trust that each effort, no matter how small, is part of something greater. Share your thoughts below. What part of this shift speaks to you most? Stay connected by subscribing for more insights and cosmic updates that will help you stay aligned with what's ahead. Something even more powerful is coming next, and you won't want to miss it.